Hi, and welcome to the next episode of The Culture Coach. This one I'm titling The Meaning of Life. And it's a ballsy title, I know, but bear with me, this might help out. So, actually, one of the things that seems to be very challenging for business owners and senior leaders these days is creating a vision, or at least creating a vision that they feel speaks to their goals and desires. And that's part of the problem, is that quite often people don't know what their goals and desires are. So having we're told in most business manuscripts, in both business books, quite a lot of podcasts, that having a vision is critical. Having your vision statement written down, having your mission statement, having your goals laid out, your values are critical. And it's not that they're not important; they are. But having a vision statement just for the sake of having a vision statement is not necessarily helpful. And I think there's a lot of confusion around the words vision, mission, and values as well. It's quite often that I hear mission statements written in terms of vision and vision statements written in terms of mission. And we won't go into that too much today. However, vision means to see. That is kind of where the word comes from. Visi, to see. So it's what do you see long term, the impact of your business, your life, whatever it is, on the world. What do you see the impact being? What is it that you want to achieve? That's the vision. The mission is how you will go about that. And it's kind of impossible to create a mission if you don't have a clear vision. And this may well be why some companies struggle. So I came across something the other day, and I really want to share this to you. For those of you that haven't seen The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, go and watch the movie, watch the TV series, read the books. The books are the best, by Douglas Adams. But quite often in life, we're presented um, with the emotional challenge, I suppose you might call it, but definitely a challenge, an existential one maybe, understanding the purpose of our existence. So the great philosophers have tried to answer in many different ways. Why are we here? Why do I exist? What is the meaning of life? The great religions have all tried to answer this. In fact, it's kind of why they exist in the first place, is to answer why am I here? What is the meaning of it all? What does it matter? Why do why am I alive? And why does the earth exist? Why does the universe exist? There's some pretty big questions. And then interestingly, quite often, the answers are not what we would call forthcoming. So I'm going to share with you something that I thought was, I don't know whether it's profound, I just thought it was very interesting, funny, and probably more true than most of us would like to admit. And it's Douglas Adams, when he wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's a great story of Earth being destroyed and people zipping across the galaxy, avoiding getting expelled into space and all sorts of interesting stuff. And yet, in that book, in that TV program, in that movie, it's been all of them. Um, they come across a computer created by a hyper intelligent race of aliens, and it's a supercomputer called Deep Thought. And Deep Thought has been tasked by those um, very intelligent aliens to answer the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. What is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything? Now, Deep Thought, the most powerful supercomputer in the universe, takes 7.5 million years. It contemplates, it calculates, it attacks this from every possible variable. And after 7.5 million years, it arrives at the somewhat anticlimactic answer of 42, which sounds like a great joke. And according to Douglas Adams, it was just a joke. However, I wonder whether or not there was some subliminal stuff going on in there. And if not, then it's coincidence, which is still very, very cool. So kind of seems like a whimsical outcome. Let's see if we can look at this a bit deeper. So Douglas Adams was, by all accounts, a skilled programmer and a lover of logic and a big computer fan. I believe he termed himself as a unabashed computer nerd, but either way. So whether this was conscious or not, embedded into that seemingly nonsensical answer is something that I found quite interesting. So, in many programming languages, for anybody that does do programming, asterisks are often used as pointers or placeholders. So they direct focus to this point, and it's to create a definition based on context. So basically, it's a put whatever you want in here. That's kind of what an asterisk is for. Is put what you want in here, type what you like. It won't matter, right? This is where you put context. So in ASCII, so really basic computer programming, the number 42 represents an asterisk. That means that 42 can be interpreted to mean whatever you want it to be. That, I think, is a strikingly liberating concept. I'll tell you why I think this is significant. Because the true meaning of life, its purpose and direction, depends on us. This kind of reflects the core of my own personal thinking, not just mine, of other people, but personally, I believe that the importance of clarity on what it is that you want to achieve, on where you're going, on what it is that you want to do. The importance of that clarity is how we create that vision. And I don't just necessarily mean a corporate vision or a business vision. I mean the vision for your life. And it's interesting because I wrote a book back in 2013, and I've recently taken it down off of Amazon because I think it needs a lot of updating and rewriting, and maybe a follow-up book, because I now disagree with a lot of the stuff that I put in there. It's all accurate, but I disagree with that being the best way of doing things. I think I've come up with better ways of doing things. And in that, in order to create a vision, I said you first of all needed a statement of intent. So a statement of intent is your own personal vision. What is it that you want? What do you want your life to be like? That I still very much agree with. If you want to create a corporate or company vision, you need to know why that's important to you personally. I think most people in life, most people operate a little bit like a GPS navigation system that's missing a destination. Essentially, they're running around really fast, but not really towards any specific goal. And I think that happens because they haven't really taken the time to define what it is they truly desire their lives to be like. What is their statement of intent? What is their own personal vision for themselves, if you like? I'm pretty sure if you don't know where you're going, you're likely to end up nowhere. That's why it's critical. I mean, in order to be able to create a mission of some direction, you need to know what that vision is. As Jim Rohn, the great business philosopher, taught me through books, seminars, audio, is that reasons come first and then answers come second. Reasons come first. The reasons why you would do something in the first place comes first, and then the answers come. Stop trying to find answers to questions you haven't asked. I mean, when I put it like that, it sounds a bit insane. And I've spent many years trying to do that, in all honesty. So I'm not judging. I'm simply saying there is an easier way. I think it's crucial for us all to know what it is that we're aiming at, what it is that we're seeking. And that doesn't matter whether I'm a business owner, an entrepreneur, CEO of a FTSE 100 company or a Fortune 500 company, or just a student. What is it that I want my life to be like? And it's crucial to know what you're aiming for, right? If you want to have any chance of hitting it. Again, that's a really obvious statement the minute I say it. And yet so many people go through life just blindly firing into the future. Without that kind of clarity, life's little challenges and setbacks not only can easily derail you, they are very likely to derail you. Or at the very least, distract you from what you should have been doing. And yet, if you've got a defined purpose, your statement of intent, your vision, whatever you want to call it, you can become more like a lighthouse. Something that's grounded amidst the storm, something that guides your own personal ship through the seas of life towards where you want it to be. And I suppose that kind of brings us back to the wisdom of Douglas Adams, whether it was consciously or not. In life, meaning is what we choose it to be. The journey becomes about setting their passion-driven direction. I'm going to say that again, passion-driven direction. If there is no passion for what you want your life to be like, if there is no passion for what you want to achieve, then really good luck in getting there, because it will be very, very difficult. And yet, if you have that passion-driven direction, this is where it begins. This is where your future begins. In imagining and planning for the best year, the best 10 years, the best 5 years, the best month, the best day ahead. What does that look like? What achievements will you make? How will you feel fulfilled? What happiness will you bring? And all of that, once you know what you want your life to be like, can be designed specifically for you, by you. Then vision is not just a tool, it's the foundation of all success. Missions can change. Mission parameters can change. Ask Apollo 13. And yet the vision remains the same. Consider how knowing what you want clearly transforms every day into a step toward something meaningful to you. All of the risks then become calculated, and the failures are praiseworthy as they're aligned with your vision. It tells you that I tried this to get to where I wanted to go. It didn't work. I'll do my best to try something else. Right, it didn't work. Just keep trying. You're moving in the right direction. Without a clear vision, you're just moving. How do you know if it's in the right direction? With that vision, every action you take, every decision you make feeds into the larger picture of your life. And it creates a symphony of intention and purpose. So think about this when it comes to creating a vision. And it comes to, what is it that you want? And I suppose that, again, brings us back round to the message hidden behind Deep Thoughts 42. And again, whether Adams meant this consciously or not, I just really love the analogy that our lives, the meaning of our life, the meaning of life for you personally are yours to define, no one else's. It's not up to anyone else to define your life, it's up to you to define your life. And the most important thing we can do is to decide on what we want that to be like, and then set a course towards it with determination. We must embrace the responsibility and the freedom to craft our own purpose. And that is the essence of a life truly well lived. So, if you want to create a culture where vision drives people to have passion to deliver results, if you want to have the passion to deliver results, if you want to wake up every single day energized about what it is that you're going to do that day, then spend some time thinking about, what do I want life to be like? Thank you very much for spending some time with me this week. I'm Andy Water from Andy Water Associates. This is the Culture Coach. Please, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what your visions are and what your statements of intent are. And actually, if you've seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because if nothing else, it is a really funny book, really funny TV series, and a really funny movie. Once again, thank you very much, and I'll speak to you next month.